I'm Jamie Shank, and on this channel we are finishing up the reading of the shorter of the two stories from my Monster Saga, this one being Revenge on Monsters. We're on chapter 11, and as always, we begin with the plot points, or bullet notes, which fall on the outskirts of each chapter. This is going to be a shorter one, which simply reads, what comes first for you, humanity or religion? Now, before we continue with this story's epigraphs, well, spoiler alert, we kicked off the Revelations process at the end of the last chapter, chapter 10 of Revenge. This will be the reading of chapter 11 of 13 of this current story. This chapter does contain end sequencing, which continues the Revelations process that leads up to the story's ending and conclusion. With that said, please pick a different chapter than these final four if you are truly looking to sample this story without the giving away of the end sequence. All of the chapters will be on this channel, labeled Revenge on Monsters, followed by the chapter number. Revenge is a short story, under 20k or 20,000 words. And chapter 1 really does just so happen to make for a perfect place to begin when it comes to this particular story. Hey, some stories, some novels, they ramble on for a little bit before they really get good and going and interesting, and that includes even some of the greats. So, with that said and out of the way, here's why chapter 1 is a good place to begin whenever it comes to this particular tale. Chapter 1 takes a standard cold opening featuring our main protagonist, or rather main character, Tyler Sooks, and immediately zeroes in on not the location or current event that this main character of ours is experiencing in the opening moments at the start of the manuscript. No, it zeroes in on his thoughts, which are used to bring about perspective as to what's happening both in the present as well as the past, illustrating where the main character is coming from and what all this story will be moving toward and leading up to. Now, in the time, the picture comes into focus, and a blurry image becomes, well, quite clear. And now back to our reading of Revenge on Monsters, Chapter 11, continuing first with the epigraphs. The Belly of the Beast, which reads, I met my fears face to face. With a cold, dark grip, they ripped and flung me from grace. Into the center, through the divide, I met the monster that has eaten me alive. And though I've shunned from the ones who I've loved, still I seek the hand of the species I am. But time fades, people change, and these chains are falling off. Chapter 11. Tyler had trouble sleeping again that night. But he felt more sure of himself and his plan now that he'd gotten a glimpse of just how vile and despicable these disgusting psychopaths can be. While lying there on the couch in that filthy ramshackle cottage and attempting to drift off to sleep, Tyler's mind just can't help but continue to actively attempt to reason through it all, as it had been doing. Tyler shudders, then thinks to himself, I hate them. God. They're dangerous. They disgust me. Their existence goes against everything my life stands for. Their existence has made my life and the lives of the ones who I love a living hell. I don't pity them, not anymore, for what they're about to go through. This is simply what I need to do in order to continue forward. I wanted this grotesque monster, this Byron, to either prove me wrong or prove me right. But now it seems like it's just a matter of time. I think the time for talking is likely over and done with as well. They now know what I have in store for them. I mean, that's for sure. Cat's out of the bag. And frankly, good. I don't really want to be down in that basement any longer than I have to anyhow. What foul people to lash out against their captivity by defecating all over the floor, only forcing themselves to have to live in squalor. With all that human excrement and who knows what else that's now down there, I'll be lucky if I don't catch some disease before this is all over. It makes me feel dirty just being here at this place. Ugh. Tyler can't help but shudder before continuing in his thoughts. Maylin's literally sitting in shit, and it's like Byron doesn't even seem to care. How despicable. How degenerative. I mean, that's his wife. That's just, oh, how disgusting. Yes, I've seen enough. These people aren't even going to try to save themselves. Byron seems dead set on being as difficult and repulsive as he possibly can be. This is what they do, though. I mean, these people deserve this fate. I mean, that's it. Tyler reasons with some finality, just feeling fed up with it all in the moment. I've seen all I need to see and then some. They didn't answer my questions or seem to have a word to say about my son, and it's just obvious that they're not going to give me straight answers. They likely know as well as I do that it's really just too late. Tyler again shudders with revolt, both due to the situation but also at the notion of his own discontent. He then continues in his thought process, thinking to himself, these people are truly monsters. God help them. God do whatever with them. Whatever be thy will. just let my role in all of this end at delivering these evil ones to you. But it wouldn't end there, and Tyler knows that. He and his family are going to have some serious grieving, coping, and dealing processes they're going to have to go through. Tyler and his wife had been devastated when Ellis first disappeared. Ellipses. Nothing was out of the ordinary. Then suddenly he was just nowhere to be found. Ellipses. And was later presumed dead. One of this gruesome couple's victims. Ellipses. And that's when I swore that I'd stop at nothing until I found them. And that's what I did. It doesn't get much more difficult than losing a child, especially so suddenly and to such an extreme and unfair circumstance. And now I'm here. And now here we are. And this doesn't just affect my wife and myself. It's also been devastating on my other two boys. Tyler knows his two remaining sons are having to grieve for their lost brother also, and that can't be easy either. Tyler continues to try and reason through it all, thinking to himself, it will take time for my family to heal. Right now, everybody's just trying to stay strong for everybody else. And as an afterthought, Tyler can't help but think to himself, these murdering criminals, they truly are the worst of the worst. Knowing that these monsters will never hurt anybody ever again should help with the healing process. When he did finally fall asleep, Tyler slept soundly and peacefully enough. He awoke a little after sunrise the next morning. After freshening up and eating a light breakfast, he went down into the basement to tend to his captives. He noticed that the smell was rank and pungent, and definitely getting worse. As Tyler maneuvered down the stairs and came into view of the deplorable couple, the lady looked up with a solemn face and, while trying to remain calm, announced, I think he's going to eat me, mister. I think he's really going to do it. No, I would never, my land. Byron instantly and insistently protested the notion, getting all worked up and red in the face. He defensively reiterates to his wife, you know that I would never do such a thing as that, Maylan. You gotta believe me. You just gotta. Look, interrupting Byron's groveling denials before Maylin even has a chance to respond to them, Tyler sternly announces, you two have plenty of water, and you can go more than a week without food and still not starve to death. You do know that, right? Tyler gave that a minute to register and waited for a reply. When none came, he said to the man, Byron, This is your third day down here. You haven't even gone 3 whole days without food. Some people fast for longer than that. I'll have you know that some people wouldn't even consider doing what Mei Lin's suggesting you're going to do to her. Now, you're not that hungry, are you, Byron?
No, I would never,
Byron insisted. Well, okay. Then the two of you should be just fine down here. Tyler slyly replied, and he picked up their water pail and turned to make his exit. As he's making his leave, Tyler thinks to himself, I'll give them a little time to simmer down before I bring them their water. As Tyler heads up the stairs, Maitland calls after him.
That's why you tied us up the way you did, isn't it, mister? That's why you said you was testing him and not me. He's gonna eat me, isn't he, mister? He's gonna eat me.
No reply came, and then the door could be heard slamming shut and being locked. Maylin hears it close with a force. Yet still she screams out to Tyler at the top of her lungs.
He's gonna eat me, mister! Help me! Please! God, help me! I'll do anything! Please! Help me!
Tyler can't help but think to himself, I wonder if those are the words you heard your victims cry out before you killed them, you wretched, disgusting people. And that's going to do it for our reading of chapter 11. We will be back soon with the reading of chapter 12. And after that, we will arrive at the final chapter. All right, thank you as always. Hope you enjoyed.